Hi everyone, this is Sandy Reese with Stampacrew.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I want to welcome you to our weekly tutorial. This month I'm kind of showcasing some of my favorite retiring products. So I have a couple of products to share with you today. Yay! Let's get started. Let me flip you upside down and get our camera adjusted. All right. Get you locked into place. Okay. So the first, I'm using two different products. First is the Woven Heirloom set. I love this one. It doesn't have a whole lot of images, but the sentiments are beautiful. I love the hand-lettered script mixed with the small type. And I just think it's so elegant and beautiful. And then the other thing I wanted to share with you was the Peony Garden Designer Series paper. I love that. It's perfect to go with that, with the Woven Heirloom stamp set. It's very elegant. We have several different patterns, and the colors in this are white, and then we have basic gray, gray granite, and petal pink. I love pink and gray together. So on one side we have kind of this bud. It almost looks like cotton, but it's just little buds, flower buds. And that one and this one are both using the basic gray. Love this one, just nice, beautiful peonies, just gray and white. And then we have this pattern in the gray granite, which has peonies with stems, some different sizes. Then we have this pattern in gray granite, which is just a nice gray and white kind of bold pattern. Then we have this one. This is one of my favorites. It's more like a negative space sketch type of peony. Love this one. And then on this one we have petal pink that is the same pattern as this one, just pink and white instead of gray and white. Then on the reverse sides we have just some real nice subtle patterns. That's almost like a herringbone little arrow shape. We have a marble pattern. Let me get that apart. That's kind of it's a gray marble. Then we have another one that's a little darker. It's very similar to this one, but it's bigger. The pattern's bigger and darker. Then we have this pink, petal pink one with little small peonies. Very pretty. Then we just kind of have a pink with a little speckled pattern. And then we have this one, a little more ornate, kind of circles and squares on this one. Gorgeous, gorgeous paper. Perfect for many occasions. All right, so let's get started. We're going to do 3 cards today. All right. Our first one, we're going to start with our simplest one. Oh, I didn't bring I don't have a piece of grid paper. That's okay. We'll just stamp. I don't think I'm going to make a mess. Yes, I am going to make a mess. Let me grab some paper. I thought I was prepared, but I was mistaken. Okay, so this one we're going to open from the bottom. So it's going to be landscape. So I have petal pink. I have a little smoky slate. Then I have a piece of this bold petal pink and white peony pattern. And then I have a piece of white. So I think I'm going to put this white on first. But we're going to do just a little stamping. Because this paper is so beautiful, really all we need is sentiments. So I'm going to use basic gray and petal pink inks for this one. And we've got this big, long, kind of, it's almost like wood with a little etching in it. I don't even know. I'm not even sure. It's a smear. So I'm just going to do a half a smear down near the bottom right of our white cardstock. And then I'm going to do the Thinking of You in basic gray. And just do that right on top. Look, isn't it fun to pick up a block and you have a beautiful gem stuck to it? It just, I feel like, you know, it's like finding hidden treasure in my block basket. I don't know, a lot of times I find rhinestones, sometimes I find them on my fingernails. It just makes me special to find little gems hidden in my craft room. Okay, so let's adhere this white cardstock to our smoky slate. And on my blog later today, I will post all of the measurements and supplies, so make sure to check that if you would like to recreate these beautiful cards. And this is, I love this one because it's nice and quick. I'm going to cover the white on here. I don't want white peeking through the top. Okay, and then let's use a little bit of ribbon. This is the Petal Pink Striped Organdy ribbon. This is actually carrying over from into the new catalog. I think I'm just going to do a knot. I like bows, but this is kind of bigger ribbon, so I'm feeling that might be overwhelming, and I don't want it to take away from the paper. So let's see if we can just get a pretty knot right here. Okay. And trim those ends. Oh, that looks good. Okay. And we're going to adhere this to the card front. I'm going to put just a little, well, I don't know if it'll let me do that. I put a little bit of adhesive there to just kind of hold that ribbon in place. Put that right on the card front. Pretty, but we just need a little bit of bling. So let's add, ooh, what do we have? We have these. These are the pastel pearls. This pink is a little too pink, so I'm gonna just go with the silver pearls. Let's do maybe one down in the corner. I have my spatula end here. We'll do one here and maybe one more right up there. So quick, simple, and, you know, easy to do. Anybody could make that card. All right, let's move on to our second one. Okay, I love this one. This one, we're going to use Granite Gray. I don't use Granite Gray enough, and it's just a gorgeous color. So we're just going to do a Granite Gray, I can't say that 3 times fast, Granite Gray card base. We're going to do this one landscape as well. And it's a little bit dark, so I'm going to add a piece of white to the inside to stamp sentiments, or to, you know, just do your writing. If it's a light card base, I love colored card bases. I don't know about you, but probably 75% of my cards, I use colored card bases. I just love it. Okay, so I wanted to use this, my favorite pattern, but I needed it to stand out. So it kind of, you know, that looks pretty, but if we add a very thin layer of white, it's going to make this designer paper just pop a little bit. And it's all about the designer paper and the fonts today. Let's see, do I have that fairly centered? Not quite, but it may just have to go. I'm using CO Plus, that's my first mistake. It just is so strong. Okay, Now I'm going to put a little strip of vellum across the front, right in the center. And I like vellum. It gives you a little bit of a delineation, but it doesn't cover the sentiment. So you can see, whoops, it just looks, you know, a little bit like a little bit of frosted glass in front of it. But the pattern still shows. All right, I'm going to use a little bit of this, it's Gray Granite Shimmer Ribbon. This is also carrying over. Very excited about that. I love this ribbon. We're going to tape that across the center. Okay, hopefully get it centered properly. Tape that in the back. Let's get the other side. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to adhere this down right in the center. Okay, and then I have a circle cut from my it's just layering circles dies. And we're going to make this into a sympathy card and use some Gray Granite ink. It says, prayers and heartfelt sympathy are with you and your family. I seem to be making a lot of sympathy cards lately. We just need those. It's always good to have a stock of these on hand. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this sentiment and this whole stamp set. Okay, I'm looking for some dimensionals. We're going to pop this up right on the front. Let's do a couple at the top and a couple at the bottom. When you're adding your dimensionals, if you have ribbon, you don't really want the dimensional sticking to the ribbon. You need it sticking to paper because ribbon flops around and paper doesn't. And we don't need any floppy sentiments, right? That should be my catchphrase of the day, no floppy sentiments. Okay, just gonna pop that up and that is it. I'm not even adding bling or anything. I just love the simplicity and elegance of that card. All right, now we're gonna get a little more detailed. We are going to make a great gift card holder for a wedding. So I've got a piece of 4 1/4 by 11 of the basic gray, that's what it's called, basic gray. And I'm going to fold it up to make a pocket, okay? We're going to decorate the front. I have some of this gorgeous, my second favorite pattern out of the group. And we're going to layer this on some smoky slate. I like how smoky slate and basic gray go really well together. It also has this great marble pattern on the back. Whoop, my tape got a little too strong there. When your adhesive is so strong. Okay, this is a very thin layer. It's only an 1/8 bigger than my designer paper. All right, then I took another piece of designer paper that has this nice subtle pattern on the front. Has the other shade of gray on the back. I'm just going to put this across the center. All right, and let's add a little bit of ribbon. I'm going to do white, and this is the white crinkled seam binding ribbon, which is also carrying over into the new catalog, so yay for that. I love this one because you can color it any color you want, but I want white today because we are making a wedding card. I'm just kind of tying the bow a little to the right of center, and then I might move it over just a bit. I'm not gonna, tape it down yet. Make sure I have it where I want it. in the size I wanted. All right, let's trim that off there. And then I have a sentiment. I did another, just a circle die. And we're going to do our wedding one that says, wishing you a day of love and joy. That could also be birthday, but I feel like this is a wedding card. It's just asking to be made into a wedding card. So let's get a little basic gray ink. And I'm going to stamp this a little bit to the right, or as far to the right as I can get, with it still looking nice. Not going off the paper. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to trim just a hair off the left because, let me get that ribbon centered here. I want it to come off just a little bit. Now, a trick you can see so you don't cut off too much is just kind of hold it up to the light. I don't know if you can see, but if you hold it up to the light, let's see if I can get a light to shine through here so you can see that. A little bit you can see it there. You can see a shadow where it is, so your words are not coming off of your sentiment. You don't want to cut your words off. All right, so I'm going to hold that in place, and I'm just going to trim this little bit of white off with my scissors. Make sure I don't cut my ribbon. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Aim that back down, and then I'm going to just adhere this. We'll go ahead and do one here, and that will hold the ribbon in place. Right to the edge, centered up and down, right there. I'm just twisting my ribbon a little bit so it's not covering the sentiment. Okay, so we're going to adhere this to the bottom of our pocket. Whoops. All right, sometimes, there we go. Sometimes it wants to take the paper off, it's so strong. All right, now I have this centered more at the bottom, and I've left a space up here because we're gonna do a little pull-out card. So I'm gonna just use my 2-inch circle punch. And you can use any punch or die that you have. And I'm just going to punch out a little, a little scoop. It goes through 2 layers, so I've got to push hard. Okay, I'm going to cut out that scoop, and this way I can kind of pull my card out. But I want to add a little tab to pull it out with. So I'm going to take just a piece of smoky slate. I'm going to hold it in that same spot, so it's just going straight across. I'm going to punch that out. I'm opening it up, so I'm just punching through this one layer, and hopefully holding it in straight. We'll just line it up and punch that out. So I'm going to keep this. I don't need that. And then I have a piece of, I have a cat hair on it, a piece of white cardstock. It's scored down at the bottom, and this is going to make my pocket. Now you could, if you want to do a gift card or fold up a check, you could glue the pocket closed. I just like to leave the pocket open because nothing's going to fall out. It's going to go in here. And then when you pull it out, it just pops right out. All right, so I want to just set my card inside my folder, and I'm going to line it right up at the top and center it side to side. Okay, because I want to add my little topper. So I'm going to close that. So now I have my white right here. Let's put a little bit of Tombow adhesive right where my tab's going to be. Not a lot. I don't want it squeezing out. And then I'm just going to fit my tab right into that empty space. And that is the way to get a perfect placement where you want it to be. All right, now I want to close up my pocket. So I'm just going to use some Tombow too and put a thin layer on either side. Now you could also use tear and tape but I'm just going to use this. It will hold just as well. And we're going to close that up, get that centered, and just give it a good press for a minute. All right. While that's drying, let's add a couple rhinestones. It is a wedding after all. We need a little bit of bling. So, where's my rhinestones? Right here. Let's add one down here. And you know, the more special of a wedding it is, the more rhinestones you can add. I don't think I have any weddings coming up. I know several people that are going to weddings, but I am not one of them. Does anybody else have weddings coming up? I'm just going to throw another one in for fun down here. And one more. Why not? Let's just go to town. So we have like a whole sprinkle of rhinestones coming down the side. Let's see if we can get a little sparkle on that. Light. I see it sparkling. I don't know. Okay, so now you can pull it out. You write your sentiment here, and then you can put your gift card or a check or, you know, a $100 bill in there, and it'd be perfect. Simple, elegant, and useful. Okay, so I will post these later on my blog with supplies and measurements. If you don't want to miss out on purchasing the Woven Heirloom stamp set and the Peony Garden Designer Series paper, make sure to order online. You can go to sandyreese.stampinup.net to make a purchase. And if you want to see more videos, make sure to hit subscribe on my YouTube channel. And thanks, everybody. Let me check and see if we had any questions. Hi, Kathy. Yes, that paper, Elaine, is still available. I'm just checking, see if anybody has questions. Okay. Hi, Vicki. Hi, Christy, Elaine, Kathy. Okay. All right, thanks so much for stopping by today, and I will see you all next week. All right, bye-bye.